Mayor Davis.
Yeah, I just have a very simple question. Will Pretty Boy Ricky be there as the headliner?
I can guarantee that he will make an appearance.
I thought you might be able to. Look forward to attending.
June 10th, we got a whole lot on our plate. We're going to have something great here, and I know it. But the big guy we had the main event, he's out, he's retired, moving on to the next chapter.
You got it.
But Scott, I promised the city something. I promised them a steel cage.
Yes.
If I'm defending this title, you have to put me in a steel cage.
Because the next time Ricky Willdy wrestles in Brantford, it will be inside of a steel cage.
Pretty Ricky Willdy, Brantford heavyweight champion, versus 300 pounds of mean John Greed.
Big Greedy. Brantford has spoken. Me and you, we got ourselves a cage match for the Brantford heavyweight title. What do you think? We're going to have fun, aren't we?
Make me a promise. Don't do anything crazy.
Well, I am here to make a promise. When you come to this city, you are not just wrestling Pretty Ricky. You are taking on all of Brantford.
Ricky, I'm going to hurt you. You made a mistake. You picked the wrong guy.
20-minute intermission, eh? All right.
What?
Outlaw, you know I can't make that promise.
People keep asking me, Ricky, what are you going to do when John Greed is locked inside of that cage with you? But I think a lot of people are forgetting that John Greed has to be locked inside with Pretty Ricky Willdy.
Introducing first, the challenger.
Well, Ben Ormans, here we are at the main event of the first ever show from Brantford Wrestling, and we heard from all the delegates and the Brantford City Council. We heard from Mayor Kevin Davis, and they ratified this event as a significant event, a historical event for the city of Brantford. And Pretty Ricky, he asked for it, Ben. He asked for this cage match. He wanted to defend that title in a steel cage, and they don't get any bigger or any tougher than John Greed.
Chris, you're not wrong. Listen, this man right here is an absolute wrecking ball. He is coming to spoil the party for the current Brantford Wrestling heavyweight champion, and quite frankly, the king of Brantford, Pretty Ricky Willdy. And this man here is looking to spoil everybody's party. He's looking to spoil Ricky's party. He's looking to spoil Brantford's party. He's looking to spoil Devin's party, Chris. He is looking to leave this event here tonight with a damper on this crowd. And if anybody can pull it off, it's this man right here.
John Greed certainly looking to relish in rubbing it in the faces here of the Brantford faithful and loyal supporters of Pretty Ricky Willdy. There's our title sponsors from Brantford Apparel. Some choice words there for John Greed, the challenger here tonight. Jam-packed here at the Boys and Girls Club. The place coming electric. There was electricity in the air here all afternoon, all evening here, Ben Ortmans, but you could really tell things are up a notch. They're up to level 11 here. They're beyond 10 in the main event here at Brantford Wrestling.
See, where Greed needs to really reconsider what he's doing here is he's trying to get into the head of a city when he doesn't realize that that is a lot of people that can just throw that energy right back at him. Nobody's going to come from this crowd and fight Greed. Greed, I can't promise isn't going to go into the crowd and fight anybody, but I think that Greed needs to focus on his opponent at hand, because I promise you that you will never, Chris, and I mean never, see a more fired, pretty Ricky Willdy up than you will tonight.
Brantford.
He's making a mistake by trying to go after this audience when he should be focusing on the heavyweight champion.
Sorry to interject there, Ben. I was going to say, Brantford, a very loyal, very rabid, very historical fan base in professional wrestling, and that's like a little bit of slice that we're seeing here when Outlaw Scott Chase signed this huge-time main event here, the first ever main event for Brantford Wrestling, and the return to wrestling here at the Brantford Boys and Girls Club, a place where many, many historical stars in wrestling had performed. Tito Santana, Tony Atlas, Highlander Robbie, the list goes on, the list of performers who have graced this very gymnasium.
And as you could see in that video that we played for you earlier, GM Outlaw Scott Chase was a little hesitant to make this match, but here we are.
Which one of you stupid people said I suck at promos? Because your dumbass just earned yourself a hot piping serving of Johnny Green. Tuck it on the mic some more. Turn the goddamn lights on. Turn the lights on. You can say I suck all you want. I am leaving here today the Brantford heavyweight champion.
Bold declaration.
I got one question though, before I get doing what I'm being paid to do. Where is Devin?
This is low, Ben.
Where is Devin?
Well, let's reserve judgment. We don't know what's about to happen here. He might be, he might want to shake Devin's hand.
I want to make it very, very clear. Devin, I am not here for you. I am not here for your family. I am not here for anybody in this room except for me.
Okay, you might have been right, Chris.
What's that? What's that? What's that? Oh, you got nothing. You got nothing. See, for some reason, when I crossed the border into this place, someone said that Brantford is the Paradise City. The Paradise City. Where the grass is green and the girls is pretty. Well, I've been here for far too long. And this Paradise City, it ain't got a lick of grass, not one patch. And walking around this room, there ain't one girl in here who's pretty. The only reason I came to this barren wasteland was to walk away with a title, rub it in your face, and never, ever come back. But if you idiots If you idiots think that I came here alone, you are sadly mistaken. Fellas,
oh, we saw the allegiance earlier tonight between Stratos and Devin Parkside, and apparently they've come here to back up John Greed. John Greed, he's going to need backup after all that stuff he said here in Brantford.
Well, that's kind of what happens when you open and you run your mouth like that in a room full of people. Having backup may not be the worst idea.
This is exactly why Pretty Ricky wanted that title match inside the steel cage.
All right, well, now that Greed's got some backup out here.
Next, his opponent.
It's time, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody's on their feet here, Ben.
Chris, this place is filling full of anticipation for the champion, and there he is!
203 pounds. He is the Brantford heavyweight champion, the Brantford Bandit, Willdy.
There's the man himself, the absolute legend. Chris, this is the Brantford Bandit, the heavyweight champion of Brantford Wrestling.
The entire Boys and Girls Club standing on their feet here. And
Pretty Ricky's going nuts.
This place is crazy. Pretty Ricky, he's going to climb over that cage, or he's just going to go in that door, Ben.
He can get in there however he damn well wants to. It is his city, Chris.
The support and love of the fans of Brantford. That's what this show is all about. It was in benefit of his family friend. Business is about to pick up here, Ben. It's a showdown.
Chris, I'm behind Ricky. If he needs backup, I got him. I swear.
You and about the entire Boys and Girls Club, they got Pretty Ricky's back here tonight. He's got all the backup he needs, and here he goes. Oh my God! Pretty Ricky taking the fight to him. Not wasting any time, Parkside. Trying to cut off the Brantford Bandit. He hasn't even got inside that cage yet, Ben.
Oh, he rammed his head right off the post. He has taken out the backup before they even get a chance to do anything about anything, Chris.
Pretty Ricky trying to even up the equation. What's he got there, Ben?
I can't quite. Oh, he's got a door.
Brantford Wrestling representing here at the Boys and Girls Club.
Don't forget to go follow Brantford Wrestling on all the socials, ladies and gentlemen.
Pretty Ricky getting the plunder out early here.
Oh, we need Ricky to move back. That's a lot of drinks on that table. You don't want to drop any of those.
He's an artist. He needs a bit of room to work with here.
Oh, what do we got going on here? Oh, no.
Bridging that door between, Stratos from behind now. Cutting Pretty Ricky off before he could get into it.
And you got to notice here, John Greed, nowhere to be found here, Chris. He is letting his henchmen do his dirty work before this match even begins.
Match has not officially started yet. Pretty Ricky did not get into the ring, did not get into the cage, cannot get in there with these two guys on him.
Parkside is just breaking his head through the cage there. That can't be good. I know that cage it's stored in a weird spot. That could be a rusty cage there, Chris.
We're going to need some security out here. Maybe things are coming undone here. Stratosphere. Pretty Ricky. Bionic elbow now. Taking him pillar to post here at the Boys and Girls Club. All four corners. Fans solidly behind the Brantford Bandit.
What an absolute unit Ricky is right now. This Brantford audience getting out of Ricky's way so that way he can handle business here. The heavyweight champion is laying Parkside across those chairs. Now I know exactly what Ricky's doing here. I've seen him do this about 100 times.
Going for that pretty elbow, maybe.
No, he's about to stomp his guts right through those chairs if he can. Boom! There goes his insides, ladies and gentlemen. Brantford heavyweight champion, Pretty Ricky, putting on an absolute clinic here on the henchmen and taking them out, but now he's got to get in that ring and he's got to face the monster himself.
I was going to say, Ben, he doesn't want to expend all that energy. He needs to save some of that for John Greed.
And if you, watching at home, want that beautiful shirt that Ricky's wearing, head on over to Brantford Apparel and get one of yours today.
Our title sponsors here. What an incredible evening it's been. History in the making here tonight, and we haven't even seen Pretty Ricky get inside that cage. And they're coming back around to that door now, Ben. And if Stratos and Parkside have their way, it's not going to be good for Pretty Ricky.
You see referee Harry D in there. He's got his gloves on. He's ready to go because this could be a potential bloody massacre here, ladies and gentlemen. That might have been a large term for that.
Well, you're lucky
I might have oversold that.
You're lucky that Pretty Ricky isn't bleeding all over the place with that face that was getting raked across that cage. And Stratos. Oh no!
Oh! Pretty Ricky goes right through that table.
And there's no mats here at Brantford Wrestling. Pretty Ricky hard to the floor. You can see he's really out of it, Ben. He's hurt bad.
What is that going to mean, Chris? What is that going to mean for the match, though? The match hasn't started. Will Pretty Ricky actually be able to continue or compete? This Brantford audience is trying to get behind Ricky, rather. And if you know Ricky, anything Brantford Wrestling or Brantford does for him, he's going to send that energy back tenfold. Here he goes, ladies and gentlemen.
Pretty Ricky back to his feet now.
That's a well-deserved drink from what this man has been doing today, ladies and gentlemen. Trust.
I think they call that the VIP experience here at Brantford Wrestling. Little pizza, little libations.
Shout out Boston Pizza, sponsor here as well to this wonderful program.
This is it. If he gets in there, they're going to shut that door, Ben. Look who's there to greet him. Face to face, the big man, John Greed. He's licking his chops. He can't wait for Pretty Ricky to get in there.
The heavyweight champion has this entire audience behind him. Oh, Stratos is not letting him get in. Big left hand from Stratos. Sends Ricky reeling. Oh, no! Stratos is out on his feet. Oh, no! Well, there goes the sponsor signs. Is he going to send him? Oh, he sent him through the table. People paid good money for that. Well, they got a great souvenir to bring home, courtesy of the heavyweight champ, Pretty Ricky.
celebrating a little prematurely here, Ben. He hasn't even got inside that cage yet.
This room is filled with that Big Rick energy, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Speaking of.
Shirts off, Pretty Ricky. He's ready to get in there and mingle.
The poor dude looks exhausted.
Pretty Ricky never one to turn away from a fight.
The absolute biggest mistake that you can absolutely make when you look at Pretty Ricky is think, oh, this guy's a ha-ha man. He's so funny. This man will knock you senseless. When you put this man's back against the wall, he's going to fight you. And all of Brantford knows this, and John Green is about to find this out.
It's a mistake that many opponents have made over the years while facing Pretty Ricky.
Look at the look in that man's eye right now. Tell me, Chris, that man doesn't mean business.
John Green may have crossed the line. With all of Pretty Ricky's fans, with all his friends, with all his family here in Brantford.
Well, he certainly crossed the line when Greed went over and even tried to say a word, let alone a bad one, to Devin. That is Ricky's friend. That is Ricky's childhood friend. He is the reason that we are here tonight. He disrespected Ricky's family. And now, in front of his hometown crowd, Greed is going to have to pay for this. Or will he? Could we see a new Brantford heavyweight champion tonight, Chris?
Well, the advantage has certainly gone to John Greed. All that energy expended, all that fight expended, trying to battle it out with Stratos and Parkside. And Greed, obviously a much larger opponent than Pretty Ricky. He's going to have to stick and move here, Ben.
Well, there's a whole lot of sticking, but not a lot of moving at the moment, Chris.
Well, John Greed's a very methodical competitor. He likes to slow it down to his pace. And everything that he's done leading up to this match has been to get under the skin of Pretty Ricky, to get into the head of Pretty Ricky, to psych him out here in front of his family and friends. He wants to go home with that Brantford championship. And you heard what he said. He was not only going to go home, he was never going to come back.
But what's he going to do with those 4 days a month then?
Back to the construction yard, isn't that where he was?
I don't know. It just seems kind of weird to win a championship and then not do anything with it. But here's Pretty Ricky's going to make sure that that doesn't happen by the looks of it.
He wants to retire. He wants to put it on his trophy, his shelf.
He's throwing
on his mantle.
He's throwing bombs at Greed right now.
Pretty Ricky unloading.
Greed asking for that door to be open. Paul shuts that down immediately.
So far, so good for Pretty Ricky. Able to take Stratos and Parkside out of the equation, and it's all Pretty Ricky right now.
Thanking this Brantford audience for a wonderful evening.
It's been a great one here. A historical night at the Boys and Girls Club in Brantford. And a little smooch out to the audience, the big smoocher. Oh, that was nasty.
From where I'm sitting here, it looked like he caught him with a nasty left hand. Could be wrong, but he's dusting that bad boy off, so I got to assume we're connected.
Closed fist legal. It is steel cage. Cage escapes, pinfalls, submissions.
And that's what people forget a lot of the times about a cage match, is that the rules do not apply in here. So those closed fists that are legal in pro wrestling that you see where people call them slaps, those are not slaps, those are palm strikes, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever go in YouTube, Bosrutan palm strike, you will see men get knocked out with those. Those suck, those hurt. That is not just the only case in here. You see a lot of closed fists, you'll see a lot of elbows, you're gonna see a lot of just brutal fighting, and that's what we're seeing here.
Brute strength on display. John Greed with the splash, and Pretty Ricky, wow, hard against that cage and almost right through it, Ben.
What an absolutely unforgiving steel cage, first of all. But what's even more dangerous, Chris, is that the bottom of the cage has a slight little gap in it. If he gets his leg caught in there, that could completely tear his leg to shreds.
Pretty Ricky narrowly avoiding serious danger.
It's danger all around, Chris.
Serious damage. You can imagine the brute force that he had hit that side of the cage. Oh, discus forearm to the back. Pretty Ricky is in a lot of trouble here, Ben.
See, you have to wonder, you have to think, did General Manager Outlaw Scott Chase make the right decision by making this match? He has to be watching this right now and questioning the move he made and the decision that he made.
Well, Pretty Ricky petitioned for it. He asked for it. And you can see the reluctancy from the General Manager Outlaw Scott Chase. He didn't want to make that match official.
You heard what Scott Chase said, though. When you get in that ring, that you're going to be by yourself. I don't know if he equated the fact that Greed would not only have backup, but multiple backup.
Well, Scott Chase, he's a Brantford local and a Brantford favorite. He's been in some cage matches. He knows that the Brantford faithful and loyal are going to be in the corner of Pretty Ricky here tonight.
Well, if you know anything about Greed, you know that he does not come alone. If he can get other people to do his dirty work for him, he's going to do that. Exactly what we saw as we started this match. He had his henchmen do his dirty work so he can get in there and attempt to pick the scraps off the bone, which he's doing right now. But he's taking his sweet time, Chris, and that is not a good idea when you're in the ring with the Brantford Bandit.
John Greed enjoys it. That's why he's taking his sweet time. He enjoys inflicting that punishment.
Big right hand from the Brantford Bandit, Ricky Willdy. Sends Greed reeling a little bit. Oh, and a left hand that just sends him right down. Right back down.
Could have broke his nose there. Another nasty blow right to the face of Pretty Ricky. And right in his moneymaker, Ben.
And Greed is just staring at Devin and his family and just staring a hole through them.
We're going to need security maybe. Like I said earlier, I don't know how John Greed's going to get out of the building here. The crowd here in Brantford mobbing on the side of the cage.
You are definitely onto something. I did not notice that until you mentioned it, but there are people that are getting a lot closer to this cage than you can see here on TV at the moment. This crowd is definitely getting a little unruly. They got people standing on their seats.
It's a hostile and volatile situation here at the Boys and Girls Club. John Greed, he's calling for that door to open.
He's about to step through the door. This could be it, Chris.
Well, he can't just go through the door.
He's got to see a new champion. Oh.
Both those feet have to touch to the floor, Ben.
Pretty Ricky with the save. Makes the stop. Sends a big right to the mush of John Greed. Ricky is firing up.
Bulldog coming on.
And a big belly to back from Greed. He just put Ricky, stopped him right in his tracks.
You can see the official Harry D in to check on Pretty Ricky. He's almost fought 2 matches here, Ben. Come on, let's be honest.
He is fighting from underneath, as we say in the business here, Chris. Referee Harry D was there to check on him and said that he seems to be okay.
You can see.
Now this is getting personal.
Well, you know exactly who that is, Ben. Come on. It's Rachel.
Greed, don't you dare.
Pretty Ricky with some moral support here in Brantford. John Greed relishing in the moment.
Big right hands from Pretty Ricky. Greed with a big kick to the gut and a big body slam.
You know what's coming on, Ben. We've seen it before. he connects with this, it's not going to be good for Pretty Ricky. Oh, my
That's
Lord.
a lot of weight that just came down on that. Oh, and he just disrespected his own count.
He wants to escape the cage, Ben. He wants to humiliate Pretty Ricky right here in his hometown.
You could have been the champion right now, Green. What are you doing?
If he goes out that door, though, it proves a point, Ben. It proves that Pretty Ricky could not withstand the beating at the hands of a man like John Greed.
Maybe that's the mentality behind this. Maybe he just wants to show that he can win this any single way he wants to. But if that's the case, you best get to step in there, Greed, because I see a bandit after you.
Pretty Ricky doing everything he can, grasping at the calves of John Greed.
Greed getting Ricky by the back of the neck.
Why can't you just stay down? Why can't you just stay down?
Just letting him know what he thinks about him, which is probably a good idea and a good thing that we don't have a microphone in that ring, ladies and gentlemen.
Pretty Ricky
getting kicked off the air.
He's still standing though, Ben.
Oh, it looked like Greed tried to block it, but he just picked him up like a sack of potatoes and snake eyes into the corner.
I thought he was going to call for that door to be open once again. You can see John Greed, that look on his face. He has something planned here for Pretty Ricky. And that's more punishment. Face first now into the cage.
He just lawn darted him head first.
And Harry D's asking Pretty Ricky if he wants to continue, Ben.
Thankfully, Pretty Ricky's skin on his head looks to be intact still. You gotta remember, that chain link is very unforgiving. Steel versus skin, steel wins every time.
Greed scoops him up again one more time.
Another snake eye right into the corner.
How much more can Pretty Ricky take, Ben?
Ricky with a big elbow. Sends Greed off of his feet. This could be the opportunity that Ricky needs. Brantford is behind the bandit himself. Let's go, Rick.
Fans shaking on the cage, trying to rally the hometown hero, Pretty Ricky. They want to see him walk out with that title. But look what's happening. John Greed, he's back to his feet almost.
Looks like Ricky's going to the door. Oh, looks like he had a change of heart and just wants to throw bombs at Greed's face, and I don't blame him.
Well, I think he realized he needs to inflict some more punishment on Greed before he could make that escape, Ben.
There's a real fine line between business and personal happening right now. The title is on the line.
I think it's long beyond business here in Brantford.
But Greed got real disrespectful to start this off.
It's real personal.
Just remember why you're here, Rick. Remember the goal. Got a big, this is a huge trade-off here. Both these men are exhausted. So, oh, and a big smooch from the big smoocher! Stunner! Let's go, Rick! 1, 2, 3, oh my goodness!
Fans here in Brantford couldn't believe it. They thought they'd seen Pretty Ricky lip lock his way to victory.
I thought he had him, Chris!
Pretty Ricky can't believe it himself. Incredible main event here. What a historical night it's been. Only one man will be walking out with that Brantford championship.
Everybody is on their feet here in this arena, Chris, including myself. Can Pretty Ricky capitalize? Oh, this is a big man to try to do this to. Big double chops from from Pretty Ricky. Yeah! Followed by a big elbow to the temple.
The big man staggered now. And the fans in Brantford right in his face, and Pretty Ricky is climbing that steel cage. He's going for the top, Ben.
Oh, there's Greed to stop him from getting out, though. Ricky giving some feet right to the face. What is Ricky thinking? Big double stop to the back.
He's
crawling over Chris.
I was going to say, can Pretty Ricky seize the moment here, Ben?
For the championship, can he do it?
Wow.
Greed is still in this. We're going to watch this again. From the top. Double stomp right to the spine.
You can see the way it bent on John Greed.
We're back to live action, folks. The champ is exhausted. What can he do to put the big man away? Oh, Greed's got him up in the fireman's carry.
Pretty Ricky trying to shake it off. No!
Into a driver of some sort. Greed's not done, though. Oh, he's setting him up for a package pile driver, and he nails it. We have a new champion, ladies and gentlemen. No, we don't.
So close for John Greed. The look on his face says it all. He can't believe it.
I thought it was over. So did Brantford.
Pretty Ricky Willdy has taken everything from John Greed and his associates.
The Brantford heavyweight champion, Pretty Ricky Willdy, will not die, Chris.
Face first into the canvas. Pretty Ricky trying to regroup. It's John Greed stirring around first.
Look at that. His friends and family are literally in the cage trying to get him up, trying to encourage him to keep going. Probably saying some curse words at the big man, too. Let's be honest.
Sweating profusely. Pretty Ricky. He's in a world of hurt now, Ben.
You got to be thinking, Greed must be thinking too, what has he got to do to put Ricky away? He has literally thrown everything at Ricky right now. He has thrown two of his best friends. He has had his friends throw him through a door. He has done everything he can to Ricky, and Ricky's not quitting.
John Greed narrowly escaping, or trying to escape here at the Boys and Girls Club, but Pretty Ricky with a double sledge to the back, and Pretty Ricky climbs up top, both men to the top of the cage here at the Boys and Girls Club.
Referee Harry D is watching the action very closely here, making sure that both these competitors...
And it's a long way down to the floor, Ben. If one of these guys was able to fall out of the cage, it would be all over.
Just thinking about how much that's going to suck. Oh, big belly to back!
Pretty Ricky's got to dig down deep, Ben.
The audience is surrounding the cage. They're chanting for their hometown boy. Can he do it? Oh, wow. Again, Green kicked out. We're going to see that one more time.
Yeah, you can
Ricky,
see both men.
belly to back from almost the top of the cage.
And what punishment it took on both men there. Incredible. Pretty Ricky. He doesn't want that door to be open. He's going up top, Ben. He's going to climb out. He's going to be the king of the mountain here in Brantford. The Brantford Bandit with one leg over the top of the cage.
Can he do it, ladies and gentlemen? He's almost over.
He's trying to get into position. Can he scale down the side of the cage, Ben?
Rick, don't do it, Rick! No, Rick! Don't do it!
He could have won. He was moments away from winning.
Don't do it!
Pretty Ricky's about to risk it all, Ben.
Ricky, no! You crazy son of a bitch!
Oh!
He did it!
Wow!
He did it!
Here's your winner, and still Brantford Heavyweight Champion, Pretty Ricky Willdy!
Ladies and gentlemen, he did it! He overcame all the odds! Stratos! Parkside! A door! John freaking Green! A steel cage! And he overcame it all!
One more time here, Ben. Look how high he is here at the Boys and Girls Club. Unbelievable. Pretty Ricky at the top of the cage. And down he went, and it was all over for John Green. What a historic night it's been here at the Boys and Girls Club. Unbelievable. One more time.
Huge elbow from the top of the cage! He did it, ladies and gentlemen! He did it for Devin, for the people of Brantford, for Rachel. But more importantly, in my opinion, he did it for himself. And still, Brantford Heavyweight Champion, Pretty Ricky Willdy.
It's not over yet, though, Ben. Pretty Ricky wants a sign of respect here with John Green. What an incredible main event this has been.
Might be asking a lot from somebody who just completely pissed over the whole party.
Well, Pretty Ricky trying to show he's the better man here in Brantford. Taking the high road here, Ben.
Hey, out of baby Green. Maybe he does have a heart after all, or not. Oh, he does it!
It was a trap. It was a trap, Ben. You should have seen it coming. Never trust Stratosphere, that's for sure.
This is not how you end the event here. This is disrespectful.
Where are the officials? Somebody put a stop to this. What is going on here? Ben, is that who I think it is?
I don't know. Who is it?
What is he doing here?
I thought he was working music.
No stranger to Brantford, the hardcore hick, Jeff Black. What is he doing here? Is he coming to the aid of Pretty Ricky Willdy?
He might be here to even the odds.
And John
Well, they're
Greed.
not quite even, but you know what I mean.
John Greed and Jeff Black, they got history too, Ben. it's already over. This is just uncalled for, Ben. Jeff Black joining the allegiance of John Greed, and they're locking the cage now, Ben. Stratosphere, Devin, Parkside. They're locking that steel cage.
And it looks like the audience in Brantford here is surrounding the cage. They might want to try to get in here. Greed is just laying right hands, endless right hands to Ricky's head.
We're gonna need to get some help from Pretty Ricky. This is pretty serious here now.
They have completely locked the door.
This is beyond winning championships here, Ben. Like I said, this is personal. We knew that all along. We knew that going into it here. This is just disgraceful.
Stratos has the chair.
They couldn't just let Pretty Ricky have his moment.
We've got Outlaw Scott Chase and Bradford Montague. They're trying to get in the cage, but it's locked.
General Manager Scott Chase trying to desperately get in there. This is not the way he wanted to end the first event from Brantford Wrestling.
Oh, and Scott Chase has gone right to the back.
He's going to get something to cut those chains off.
Trying to get in, but he can't. Oh, General Manager is back out with some bolt cutters by the looks of it.
And Jeff Black, Outlaw Scott Chase, they have history.
Has been cut.
Get him in there.
They still can't get in. They got to.
The Outlaw's in phenomenal shape, and I think he wants to go.
I don't think they realize that there's a latch on the door. They gotta get the latch.
They shut it tight here. They don't want anybody in. They're looking to end Pretty Ricky's career right here at the Boys and Girls Club. There's nothing that Scott Chase can do. There's nothing that Bradford Montague can do. That door's jammed shut. And there you see Pretty Ricky's girlfriend getting involved. Rachel, she's pleading with him to open the door. The show's already over, Ben. This is just uncalled for.
This is absolutely uncalled for, Chris.
Complete.
Oh, Bradford's just scaling this sumbitch. He's going.
Montague's in there, but it's 4 of them against Montague. He did the right thing, though, Ben. He covered up.
To the aid. Probably a smart idea, trying to not fight everybody. They still can't get that door open.
Scott Chase. He's trying to pry it open, Ben. You could see the distress on Rachel's face.
But then the question begs, what happens when the door opens, Chris? Then what?
This is exactly why Scott Chase was hesitant to sign this matchup here.
They cannot get that door open. Oh, they finally got it open. And finally, we got some help for Pretty Ricky out here. Throwing cans of beer by the looks of things in the ring.
They're going to tear this cage down. That's how rabid the fans are here in Brantford.
We have another door in the ring. Folks, we don't know what's going on here at the moment. All we know is that Greed seems to be backing down with his henchmen.
It looks like they spared Scott Chase for now. He's retired, Ben. He's been retired for a few years now. And he doesn't want to mix it up with John Greed, but he has history with Black. And this thing is far from over, as you can clearly see. Jeff Black, what was he even doing here?
Great question. Oh, we're about to hear from the champ.
Unfortunately, you boys still didn't wipe the smile off my face. Devin, I love you so much. I am so goddamn proud that you're in this ring right now.
That's the kind of stuff that wrestling's all about, Ben.
Absolutely, Chris.
I promise you, the hardest part of this entire thing has trying to keep my composure, knowing that when this was for you, this city came to me. I, on my best days, have turned to the skies and asked God what I did to deserve all of this.
He works his butt off, ladies and gentlemen. He does deserve it.
But I am sad to say that I have asked the devil what I would have to do to get rid of Jeff Black. And I kind of thought we were done with this. But he wants a stage. I want him out of Brantford. So if he will wrestle me, I'll give him what he wants. If I lose to Jeff Black, I will never wrestle in Brantford again.
Wow.
But I do have a question for all of you. Yes. If we take this thing bigger, we're in. Will you come with me?
Sounds like a resounding yes from this Brantford audience.
Well, before I came out here, General Manager Outlaw Scott Chase whispered into my ear, we did actually get clearance for our second show. We will be wrestling Saturday, September 16th, where the Red Sox play. We are going to Arnold Anderson Stadium. Brantford, we are going to Wrestle Stadium.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can't get a bigger announcement.
Thank you all for being here. Please get home safe. God bless. This has been the best night of my life.
Well, Ben, if you thought history was made here at the Boys and Girls Club, Ricky Willdy just upped it to the next level with the help of Outlaw Scott Chase. Brantford wrestling at the Arnold Anderson Stadium, home of the Brantford Red Sox, one of the greatest dynasties in IBL.
Absolutely incredible, Chris. We cannot thank you all enough for joining us here tonight on Rogers Television. I am Big Ben Ortmans. This is Chris Crucifix on behalf of Brantford Wrestling. Thank you so much for tuning in, and as you heard, we will be seeing you all again